Hello and welcome to Anime, Animosity, Waifus. We all got at least one. Most of us, more than that. But no matter how many you have, there's one thing we weebs can never agree on. Who's best girl? And while I'm not even close to qualified to answer that question with my sheer lack of experience doing anything like this, I'll still argue against no one on the internet about why my favourite 2D drawing of a female is far superior to yours. I'm Animosity, and I welcome you to Waifuology. To start off, what is Waifuology? Well, put simply, it's where I, Mr. Internet Weeb, rattle off basic wiki facts about an anime girl, followed by a somewhat in-depth analysis of them as a character, and hope that at least one person, that isn't me, gives a fuck. This is a very original concept. I'm sure you've never seen it before. Today's Waifuology marks the beginning to not only my channel, but the series of Waifuologies that I'll be doing over here. Jesus Christ, how many times am I going to say Waifuology in this fucking video? And to mark this momentous, quote-unquote, occasion, it is only natural to highlight a waifu that is close to my heart. Albeit not the closest, she'll show up when I have more production quality and experience. So, who's the lucky lady at the very first Waifuology? Well, it's none other than the seemingly ever-popular, even 3 years after her show's death, 02. 02 made her debut on the 13th of January 2018 in the first episode of Darling in the Franxx. She comes in at 170 centimeters tall, or roughly 5'7", making her the tallest girl of the 13th Colony Squad. And with an unknown age and date of birth of February 27th, she's... who knows how old, in terms of ranking. Also, coincidentally, I wrote this script on Feb 27th. 02 has long pink hair, green eyes, 2 smallish red horns, fair skin, and a slim figure. She's pretty damn hot. Well, at least she is now. When she was younger, her appearance was more that of a monster, with only a few similar features, with her only similar feature being her green eyes. In her youth, she had blood-red skin, her horns were far larger, and the whites of her eyes were a paler tone of the red that comprised her skin. As for her hair, well, it was significantly lighter, appearing almost white. It's pretty safe to say she's had quite the glow-up, if I do say so myself. She mostly wears a red military-style uniform with an orange tie, black leggings, and white boots. Her other outfits include a white dress, a grey robe as a child, and later in the anime, spoilers, a nice hull, bow, port, stern, and starboard that truly make her curves shine. Literally. 02 goes by a few other names that are equally not names as her code, 002. Thus being the title of Partner Goroshi, or Partner Killer, in reference to the sheer amount of bodies she's piled up by people piling a mech with her. The other being closer to her real name, if you put it that way, the Greek letter iota, which she is referred to by her clones, the Nines. As for her personality, well, she has very little care for human beings, and for the most part, equally little faith in them. This is mostly due to her being isolated and alone during her childhood, where the few human interactions she had were far from ideal. However, this changed thanks to her encounter with a young hero, who sparked the development of her more cheerful side, and other such traits, primarily her sweet tooth. And even though her time with Hero was almost entirely erased from her memory, the effect Hero Helena is not. When we first see 02 in the anime, she appears cold and somewhat scary, though it doesn't take too long at all for that illusion to be shattered when we find out she's a lot wilder. I describe her as giving next to no shits. The main way that I and many other people would describe 02 would be smug. Hell, just Google her and within the first few images you'll probably see why. This is most likely the main source of her lasting popularity, since, at least from what I've seen, smug anime bitches tend to sell better and have more prolonged or greater popularity compared to the other girls in their shows. Take Megumin from Konosuba as an example. 02 is voiced by Tamatsu Haruka in the Japanese, who has voiced other characters such as Lala Stalin Devaluk from Telovru, Hitehime from Katanagatari, Anjo Naruko from Anohana, Eboto Sanae from Scumswish, and more recently, Hori Kyoko from Horimiya. In the English dub, she is voiced by Tia Ballard, who has voiced other characters like Shimizu Megami from Shiki, Ogre from Gamers, Shuna from the Slimy Sakai, Nanako Itsuki from Quintessential Quintuplets, and Soma Kagura from Fruits Basket 2019. In other news, Zero Two is left-handed, which is something I found out while doing research for this video. The more you know, I guess. So, what does Zero Two mean to me? So, you're probably sick of this shit that you've heard countless times and probably already knew or remembered while I was talking about it. That's unfortunately not a complete joke about me reading off of a wiki page. Earlier, I said that Zero Two is close to my heart, which isn't entirely untrue, but it's definitely a stretch if I'm being honest. The whole reason that I said this is because Zero Two was one of my first waifus, and if it weren't for her, my enjoyment of Darling in the Franxx probably would have been hampered quite a bit. And since Darling in the Franxx was one of my first anime, not enjoying it as much as I did might have caused me to not get as heavily invested in anime as I have. So Zero Two has played, in no small part, making me who I am today. To an effect, as cringe as that is to say, I can't deny it. So, thanks, I guess. Now, to close off, I'll move away from the focus of the video to explain a bit more about myself, like I did literally 3 to 4 seconds ago. You must have heard me say Darling in the Franxx was one of my first anime and thought, well then why the fuck should we care about what you have to say if you've only been watching anime since 2018? And to that, I have literally nothing to say. Which is kind of a lie because I've got more written in the script. If you don't want to care, then you don't have to. And it's a lot worse than that. I've only been watching anime since last year, or 2020, depending on when you're watching this, although I doubt anyone will. But I'm no mere weeblet, having, kind of shamefully, dived into almost 300 anime in that year span. Personally, I'd say I've got enough experience to give my 2 cents when it comes to anime-related topics. Well, that's all. I've been Animosity, you've been you, and I hope to catch you again next time for, I'm thinking, a manga-related video. Yeah. Anyway, ta-ta for now.